Hey everyone, I'm Northern Explorer. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be bolting my camper to the bed of my truck. But first, let me give you a little background info on how four-wheel campers are typically mounted.
Four-wheel campers doesn't use traditional external truck camper tie-downs, which can cost in excess of $1,000 and eat more than 100 pounds out of your rig's payload capacity. Instead, they use internal tie-downs that are much more affordable, weigh next to nothing, and give your rig a much more sleek look. The first camper that I purchased back in 2008 was attached to the steel bed of my Chevy Colorado with bolts that pass through the floor of my camper. In 2015, I purchased a Toyota Tacoma. Because Toyotas used composite material for their truck beds, bolting the camper in place wasn't advised. Instead, specifically designed brackets are used along with turnbuckles. After a few trips with this vehicle, I decided to fabricate custom tie-downs to replace the turnbuckles.
These custom tie-downs have two major advantages over turnbuckles. Because they use nylon lock nuts, they'll never loosen up, and the springs allow for a small amount of frame flex. Unfortunately, they have two disadvantages. They only allow for a very small amount of adjustment, and they're a little difficult to install, requiring two hands to reach through the access door.
My Tacoma was a dedicated Overland vehicle. The camper was never removed, so I didn't mind going through the trouble of using this tie-down system one time.
This brings us to the rig that I have now.
This camper was installed with turnbuckles that are placed in between the camper and the dealer-installed eye bolts. Almost immediately, I began using my custom tie-downs, but once my couch was built, access to this area became much too difficult. I then decided to experiment with ratchet straps. Other brand truck campers use these exact same ratchet straps as their default method of attachment.
These ratchet straps have a 6-foot reach, a 466-pound working load limit, and a 1,400-pound braking strength. I decided to test them out for a couple of years before giving my opinion. Well, it's been over a couple of years and I have some opinions.
The good news, the ratchet straps will never loosen up enough to completely disconnect, which can occur with turnbuckles. The problem with ratchet straps is sometimes they just can't be tightened enough.
This is a good example when I say I can't quite get them tight enough. It's loose, but I can't quite get one more click out of it. My arm's at kind of a goofy angle. Yeah, that's as tight as I can get that. So that's not enough.
A loose connection will allow the camper to slide back and forth and bounce. Just like the back of a school bus, the back end of the camper is the most likely to bounce up and lose contact with the bed of the truck. The danger here is the front of the camper will remain down, which can pivot the cab over into the roof of the truck.
On my last outing, I hit some washboards a little bit too hard, and the back of my camera bounced up enough to unplug my backup camera. So my plan today is to keep the ratchet straps in front, trade in the ratchet straps for the original turnbuckles in the back, and then bolt the camper down just in the back where it's most susceptible to bouncing. This way I'll have 6 attachment points to keep my camper in place even over the bumpiest of roads.
The first thing I need to do is remove my camper in order to take some precise measurements. Links in the description for all of the hardware that I use in this video. My goal is to have the bolt pass through the cross beam of the camper floor and then through the lower portion of the truck bed corrugation. I removed the spare tire in order to gain access to this area.
There are the holes that I just drilled out right there and right there. So now I'm just going to drill them upwards through the camper, but I won't know till this fall if I actually hit that horizontal beam that I wanted to hit. If my measurements are correct, I'll have hit it.
At the time of editing this video, Truck Camper Magazine is reporting that Torque Lift has come out with a new tie-down system specifically made for truck campers that utilize internal tie-downs. It will be interesting to see how this new system is adopted by the industry. For now, I'm happy to say my 6-point tie-down setup is working great. There has been zero movement of the camper since bolting it down.
That's it for this one. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.